beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start the drive with Wilson. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now Mostert off the read option. The limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Tua. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Brand, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Following the interception, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to...
And he's going to go down again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
That's been a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they did that 5 sacks last week in the loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Tua now on first down. Going right back to Wilson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. The Dolphins in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Tua now on 1st down. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Black ultra. 6, 7. Hey, computer. Black shot.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Cousins now from the 50. And complete right side to Cook. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Cook. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Vikings are back within a score. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means every one-handed the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got this to Jefferson. 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, Wilson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. We haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Ready.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Tua going to run again. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a 1st down, and he's also over 190 receiving yards now. What a game. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, you got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Cousins. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. Such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They run again on first down. Cook. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. Play action, now it's Tua. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense. To
throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not down another turnover.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Coming right. This is Cook on the toss play. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
These guys getting chopped into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. No yardage should be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Hill on the return. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. On 1st, they'll go back to Wilson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On play action, here's Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Cousins. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On second down, it's Cook again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look out before he was planted in the backfield. This would be a loss of 3, and that will be much tougher third down. Make it now 3 tackles for loss in this game, 1 from each quarter.
If I got to play defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down, Vikings. They'll look to throw here. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, they moved the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They try again with Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. This time, the extra point up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second down, this is Wilson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Back now in Miami. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it fourth down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short game.
Joseph's got it. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On 2nd and 9, Tua. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A toss to Cook. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Cousins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Call it a loss of 5 and then sacked to bring out 3rd down.
And the starting sacks in this game, this one took a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly at the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Back to throw is Tua. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep. If they close this game out, just a few steps remaining, they can't relax just yet.
Armstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so...
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Lewis. And some room to work. There he goes, right side. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Miami, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers